Is color just a pigment of our imagination? No. What if I told you what I'm about to tell now will challenge everything you knew about color? Yes, color. Simple, yet so complex. Think of a color: blue, pink, yellow, green, maybe even red. This choice that you made when I immediately asked you to choose a color is not random. Your favorite color? Not random. The impression made in your head about someone or something based off its color, not random. So, what about the food you ate this morning? The white color of your idli and dosa? The red color of your favorite tomato ketchup? The orange color of your fresh glass of citrus juice? Not random. These colors have a specific impact on us. And today we are going to discover the power of color and how we can make use of it by understanding it. Color represents energy. Color cannot be just categorized as a factor of favorite color or a color suiting your skin tone or a mood based choice, as it has a much greater and profound impact on us. So, the sun is of high energy and it emits electromagnetic waves. These waves emitted by the sun, such as the gamma rays, the X rays, the ultraviolet rays, the infrared rays, have a physical impact on us. So does our visible light. Visible light is part of the electromagnetic spectrum consisting of the VIBGYOR colors that is visible to our naked eye. Color is just the reflection of visible light from an object's surface. Sounds in different frequencies sound different to us. Light in different frequencies look different to us as different colors because each color has its own frequency and that is why they look different. But why are roses red? Why are violets blue? What is it that gives something its color? Your answer is pigments. Yes, these are chemicals that are capable of absorbing one or more frequency of white light with specific molecular structures. This is determined by the arrangement of electrons in the atoms of that pigment, which will absorb and re emit photons of particular energies according to complicated quantum laws. In short, objects that appear white reflect all colors of light. Objects that appear black absorb all colors of light. The color what you see is not actually present. So, color essentially is something that doesn't even exist in the physical sense. Certain colors are only visible if they're being reflected away from the object being viewed. There are two main ways this occurs. One is through absorption, and the other is through amplification of color wavelengths. In absorption based color, certain objects absorb certain wavelengths of light, while other wavelengths are reflected away. These reflected wavelengths are then able to travel into your eye through the optic nerve, where special cone cells allow our brain to distinguish between various colors. All of you must be familiar with some common pigments in our everyday life, such as chlorophyll and melanin. You would have come across these terms as a word for their function, which is that chlorophyll is used for the green coloration of our plants and the ability to absorb sunlight, and melanin for our skin coloration and the ability to protect us from UV radiation. But have you thought about how we are actually able to see that color? Chlorophyll is a pigment that absorbs reds and blue frequencies of light while reflecting green. Similarly, melanin absorbs UV rays and reflects others. In nature, pigments are also called as phytonutrients or flavonoids or provitamins, which are a group of specialized plant metabolites that are responsible for numerous functions beyond just the coloration of the food we eat. These pigments are not just used for colors, they are the one that gives the food the flavor, the aroma, and the nutrient. Carotenoids is a specific class of pigment commonly found in plants, which gives them their yellow or orange color. This means shorter and high energy wavelengths of light are absorbed. including violets, indigos, and blues from WebGR. This is why most of our yellow or orange fruits have a similar taste, color, aroma, and nutrient. Since natural organisms primarily represent their colors through an absorption based technique, blue color is the rarest in nature. Only some organisms are able to express purple through the use of anthocyanin, which is another specific class of pigment which can effectively express purple coloration by absorbing greens and reflecting reds and blues. Colorful fruits and vegetables can paint a beautiful picture of health because they contain different combinations of phytonutrients, which are compounds that gives plants their rich color as well as their distinctive taste and health benefits. Red foods protect us from lung disease. Orange and yellow food prevent heart disease. White and brown food has anti-tumor properties because each food has its own pigment as well as its own nutrient with a specific health benefit. On the other hand, in nature, we have an example of the amplification technique, where some organisms have a unique nanostructure in which the microparticles of these structures can interact with certain wavelengths of light, where light strikes their electrons, which subsequently vibrate at the same frequency as the light wave, amplifying a certain color without even using any pigments. If even the color of the food we eat has a purpose, so does other objects around us. The color that you perceive is much more than just the wavelengths of light. It's not just the food we eat, it's our preferences as well. When was the last time you pondered upon each of our preferences, our favorites? Each of us have a favorite color. And when I was a kid, my favorite color used to be yellow. And that preference of mine tells a lot about my emotional state as a child. Yellow represents a personality who is cheerful, positive, and spontaneous. And trust me, I was very cheerful as a kid. Each of our favorite colors represent us. When we are given a choice, we choose colors that describe our mental state at that moment based off that color's frequency and wavelength. I wanted to investigate this, so I conducted an experiment. The white light consists of three primary colors: red, green, and blue. Three spotlights in three primary colors are fixed to one side of the wall. The room actually has no other lighting, but then the opposite wall looks lit with white light. Do you know how? White light dispersed is three primary colors, and in reverse, three primary colors added together is white light. As you see, a light illusion is formed on the opposite wall. This phenomena is called the theory of color addition. Now, I'm standing in front of the light source, but unusually my shadows are colorful. Why? Because at any position, I'm always blocking at least one beam of the primary light. The other two beams are forming a shadow which is created due to the mixture of primary colors. This is how my shadows are in secondary colors such as magenta, yellow, or cyan. Instead, if I block all three beams of light, we get our usual black shadow. Thinking about color, I wondered about how even in different illuminants, we see the same color. This spectacular phenomena is called the color constancy. What do you think is the color of the strawberry here? Red, right? But its pixel shade is actually gray. Unbelievable? I thought so too. Since we know this art is by Akiyoshi Kitoka, which is a beautiful example of how our brain removes the illuminant and comes to a conclusion that it's red. We might be thinking how smart our brain is, but it gets fooled by the same phenomena. There are two shades in either of these pictures that is the same. You might be thinking it's these both, but then in reality, it's these both. This is because our brain gets influenced by the illumination or the background color. Here's the real kicker. It's not just the illumination that decides the color that we view. It's the genetically different cone cells in our eyes and the reality we grew up around. So, no two people view color the same way. So, when I say my favorite color is yellow, and you say your favorite color is yellow as well, we are not referring to the same perception, but we are referring to the same pigment with that specific frequency and wavelength. Now, imagine walking into a room where the walls are painted a deep red. What about a day out on the beach where the sky and ocean are blue? Think about how you'd feel in the red room. You would feel more urgent and energetic, whereas at the beach, you feel more calm and composed. Why? Because color has the ability to influence and alter our brain chemistry. Red has a larger wavelength, so it stimulates higher blood pressure and heart rate to our brain, so we feel more urgent and energetic. The blue color has a relatively shorter wavelength, so it stimulates an opposite effect. It's not just the blue color from nature, it's also the blue light from our gadgets. The blue light from our gadgets decreases our melatonin hormone level, which is the sleep awake hormone. This is why using our gadgets radiating blue light disturbs our sleep schedule. Why do you think TED Talk's color theme is red? This is a branding strategy, so now your brain is automatically wired to draw your attention here. This is useful to spread powerful and transformative ideas on the stage. It's not just the color of the environment or the favorite color, it's absolutely everything that influences us that has a color. Make our brain's interpretation of light your smartest weapon. Do you want to seem more confident in your job interview? Wear blue. Is it cold outside? Wear black to absorb as much as sunlight. Do you want to make someone feel comfortable and safe with you? Wear green. Do you feel tired? Just stick blocks of red in your workspace. Color has the ability to achieve anything at all you desire. Study shows that 90% of the time, our initial judgment is made based on the object we encounter's color. So why let color trick our brain when we can use it to our advantage? Next time when you feel a certain way about certain someone, put aside your feeling and think why you feel that. Did you think I was confident today? Maybe it's the blue shirt or me. It's for you to figure out. Thank you.